Now, in the previous training video, we learned how to create a macro that when we double click on the macro, it opens up a form, right? And close out of it. What I want to do in this training video is to be able to open up another form here. I'm going to open up, well, the customer info, double click on it. And I want to put a button right here on the form that when I click on it, it'll open up the contact form. Because, I've got the customer information. Now I want to contact them, so I want to have a button that opens up that form. So what I'm going to do is right click and go to the design view of this form and add a button right here. Now before I do that, I want to be able to turn off the wizard here, because if I click on the button and I add it down below, the wizard is going to walk me through some steps. I don't want to use the wizard to be able to have my button perform a certain action because the action is already within my macro. So I'm going to click on this to deselect or unhighlight the wizard so I can click on the button, come down here and click and drag to put my button about yay big and let go. Now it's got some generic title for the button. Let me do this. I'm going to bring up the properties for this button by coming up here on the Design tab to the Tools group, click on the Property Sheet. Come over here to the All tab, and the name of this button is, well, Command 25. We can change that. We'll say it's, and then hit Enter. And then the caption or the actual name of the button is going to be Contact, and then hit Enter, and it updates down below. Now the reason why I put CMD, Command Contact, because there's a command or a macro tied to it. I guess I could put MCR as the three-letter prefix, but the command works well for me, so when I click on the drop-down arrow and I'm trying to scroll through and find out what each one of these means, I know that the command Contact is, well, in this case a button that's called Contact with the command. Okay, next I want to be able to take that macro and assign it this button. So when I click on the button, it opens up the contact form. To do that, while I have the button still selected here, click on the Event tab in the Property Sheet, come down here where it says On Click, and you can click the drop down arrow, and there it is, my macro, my contact. Select it and you're good to go. Close out of the Property Sheet, be sure to save my work, click on the View button to go to my form view, and then click on Contact. There we go. So it left my other form open and it took me to my contact form. Let me close out of this. I have a problem here though. Okay, so we get the macro and we get how that works. Now we can assign it to a button here. But watch what happens. Let's say I go to record 2 here in my customer data form. And the customer number is 15. When I click on the contact so I can open up and get the contact information for customer 15, it comes up with customer 10, Johnson Bob. Come back here. When I go back, there's customer 10. So what I need to do is I need to apply some sort of query that says, look, when I'm on the form here and I'm, let's say, on record 2 or 3, I want to be able to compare the customer number where the customer number here that I'm currently on, this record 2, when I click on the contact will match and pull up, well, customer 15 here. So watch the next training video on the where condition, because that's the little command or query that we're going to use to link when we click on the macro button whatever we have selected here for the customer number to the new form that opens up here, and to tie them two together so it opens up on the correct contact here. Thanks for watching. Hey, as a quick reminder, if you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. You can also click on me and subscribe to my channel, get notified of the latest videos, and for only $2 a month you can have access to all my Microsoft Office training videos.